7:30 on ABC.
Yeah.
Number 11, Texas on the road at number 5, Georgia. Georgia favored by 6 points. You may recall these teams met twice last year. Georgia got them twice.
Yep.
Beat them once in Austin, and then beat them another time in Atlanta for the SEC championship. I mentioned this earlier as well, but the range of outcomes here for Texas, just in terms of its season, not this game, but the season for Texas could go a variety of different ways. If they run the table, they're going to end up beating 2 top 5 teams. They're probably playing for the SEC, going to the playoff. If they lose, it's loss number 3. Playoff hopes probably go up in smoke. Who knows what happens the rest of the way. This one is complicated, I think, by the fact that it's a road game.
Yeah.
And when I was trying to go through and...
Or made easier.
Or made easier, I don't know.
Yeah.
But emotionally, as I was trying to sort my way through this game, Texas has had some difficulty on the road.
I think that's
underselling. The game at Ohio
it. Yeah.
State. The game at Ohio State, which I don't really hold against them.
I mean, they did not look good on offense, investing a ton in this offense and having blue chips exclusively on this offense, and scored 1 touchdown. It's week 1, though, so you're right.
It was week 1. It was week 1.
Week 1.
But then they lose to Florida on the road. Florida's since fired its coach.
Mm-hmm.
The Kentucky game was close. That was losable. The Mississippi State game,
absolutely
that was
losable. Yeah.
Those are all 1-score games. So I am just curious, as we talk about this, how much it factors in for you that this is another road spot for Texas. They haven't been wonderful on the road, in some cases against teams that they should have, we would expect, beat a lot more easily.
Yeah, I mean, look, this offense, Arch Manning, whatever you want to say, has improved over the past few weeks, but it also doesn't shine the brightest when the lights are brightest. And that has been on the road. That has been in the SEC. That has been against the best teams and the best defenses that they've placed. It just has not been an offense that has held up its end of the bargain in these cases. And so to go and play Georgia, a Georgia team who has, a big spot a couple weeks ago against Florida, they finished that one out. The offense hasn't looked great and world-beating all season long, but it kind of feels like they're peaking right now, which you'd like against a defense as strong as Texas is. The game is in Athens. Texas has not been able to play its best football on the road at all, which might be even underselling the situation. And I haven't seen anything from this passing game against good teams, especially on the road. Like, I think Vanderbilt's defense is kind of falling apart, and Texas, for whatever reason, their defensive game plan in that game was real screwy in the second half, letting Vandy back in it. I don't think there's a lot to trust about Texas in a big game in this moment. Is there? I like Georgia here. What's the number again?
I got it at 6 right now, yeah.
See, the thing is, picking against the Texas defense and getting that many points is very attractive because the Texas defense can be excellent. But it just hasn't seemed like enough too often this season. So I think Georgia wins this game by 7 to 9 points. So I'm going to give those points. 23-14, 21-14. Like, I don't
lower
think,
scoring.
I think it's lower scoring. I don't think Georgia gets to 28. I don't think any winner gets to 28. But yeah, lower scoring here. 24-16, but I think Georgia covers.
Well, let me put it to you this way, okay?
Okay.
I am not going to do my locks on this episode because we're already like an hour 30.
Okay, fair.
And I am still receiving applications from the Verballer Hood for my little reverse jinx thing.
Of course.
Okay. But with that being said, this is a game under consideration. And I would say what's really cool about this one, just from a narrative perspective, if Texas wins, it's because Arch Manning has a really good day through the air, because that's where you get Georgia.
I think it's the only way.
And Arch winning this game on the road would be like a week of content for us, right? To further the point that I mentioned earlier about catapulting one's trustworthiness, if Arch goes to Athens and wins, that helps Arch's stock, yeah?
Of course. Well, it helps anybody's stock, yeah.
Anybody's stock. If we zoom in a little bit more, though, what's really interesting is the battle that I think emerges here in the trenches between what I would describe as the movable object and the stoppable force, okay? Texas is 122nd in pressure rate allowed. Georgia is 99th at creating pressure. Whoever wins that is going to win this game.
Right.
Whoever wins that side of it is what this comes down to. Because if they're able to get pressure on Arch, if Arch isn't able to be successful through the air, frankly, Texas has not been that successful on the ground at all this season, let alone the fact that they're going up against a Georgia defense that's pretty good against the run. So they have to throw it here.
Mm-hmm.
And if Georgia can force the issue, speed him up, and prevent him from having time back there to pick him apart, then I think that's the game. So
I agree. I mean, look, to be fair, though, to Georgia, even at their best, this was not a huge, send pressure off the edge defense. It's much more read and react and disguise and just your guys against our guys, and we think we have more talent and we have more playmakers. This has not been a ferocious edge rushing blitzing team. Yeah.
They pick their spots.
It's just not the intention of their defense necessarily.
Yeah, 50th or something, 54th.
Yeah,
I just looked at the number before nationally in terms of how often they're blitzing per dropback. So they're not Pitt. Right? Pitt does it a lot, 40% of the time. Georgia's more 30% of the time, something like that.
And I think a lot of that is protecting youth too, right? Not leaving a ton of dudes on islands or with a ton of space. Yeah.
And I guess if we're talking of it in these terms, the Georgia line, if you flip the script a little bit, the Georgia line's way better in pass protection.
Mm-hmm.
I also think the Texas defense is gettable through the air. That should benefit Gunnar Stockton.
Man, that might be too strong a word. Gettable is good Texas defense. Beat up the Texas defense, but yeah.
But it is gettable through the air.
Okay.
If you're going to attack this defense, that's how you attack them.
Okay.
In my opinion. I have a lot more faith in Georgia and Gunnar Stockton than I do Texas. And so I've got this one somewhere around 30 to 23.
My other wild card is Mike Bobo.
Is that how we're saying it now?
Mike Bobo. Yeah, Mike Bobo in a big game against a top defense. Good Mike Bobo sure is fun, but I don't know. You listen to enough Georgia fans who've been through those wars. I don't know. That it's a concern point with me that we could get to the middle of the third quarter and you look internally at your college football brain. You're like, what is he even trying to do right now? What is the point of that?
I've been reading our Discord messages. I think you're not alone in that one.
Right. So that worries me. Even at home, even with what has been a growing defense, even with what has been the running game has been sort of hit and miss, but the emergence of Chauncey Bowens, obviously Nate Frazier had a good week last week. There's a lot to really, really like about this Georgia team. But there is one headset in the booth that still makes me think twice about Georgia in a big game. I don't know, but I'm doing it anyway. Yeah, 24-16 Georgia.